This here's the Yukon Trail, an exciting new product from MECC.
July 1897. The United States was in the throes of a depression. Times were tough, and people were beginning to lose hope. Then, from out of the north, came astonishing news. Gold. And the rush was on. Across the United States, and indeed the world, tens of thousands of people caught gold fever and set out for the remote Yukon area of northwest Canada. For all who took part, it would be the adventure of a lifetime.
Yep, I've been prospecting all my life, and I never seen nothing like it. The rivers are full of gold, but if you want to strike it rich, you better hurry. Claims are being snapped up faster than greased lightning.
Hot off the presses, read all about it.
Howdy, stranger. You'll be needing a ticket to board any of these ships to Alaska. If I were you, I'd book first-class passage to Dyea. Why, Dyea is the gateway to the Klondike. It sits on the southern coast of Alaska Territory. Prettiest little town you ever did see. From there, it's an easy hike and boat ride to Dawson City and Gold Country. From Dyea, you take the scenic Chilkoot Trail, the shortest route over the coastal mountains. On the other side, you'll launch a boat from Lake Laberge and float down the Yukon River straight into Dawson. Of course, I recommend it highly. There's no sense lugging everything from Seattle on up to Alaska. My pleasure. Remember, Dyea's the place to be. Well, you could go to Skagway, which is just a stone's throw from Dyea, but that town's nothing but a hangout for hooligans and con artists. There's a ticket office just up the street. Just tell the clerk that you want to go to Dyea. Time's a waste.
Hello, friend. I'll bet you're a stampeder. The best way to start your journey is to board a ship to Skagway. Skagway is the premier port in southern Alaska. It's the best jumping off point to the Yukon gold fields. From there, it's an easy hike and boat ride to Dawson City. Naturally, the fine citizens of Skagway are dedicated to serving the needs of stampeders such as yourself. You can buy whatever you need at very reasonable prices. You're welcome. Remember, Skagway is the best way. Your only other choice is Dyea, but that's just a backward little outpost with nothing going for it. Skagway is where the action is. There's a ticket office downtown. Remember, be sure to book passage on a ship that's going to Skagway.
Shop now or be sorry later. Get all your Klondike supplies at Pioneer Outfitters. It's on the main street downtown. You can't miss it. We're open until 9 o'clock tonight. Don't get excited and rush away unprepared. You're going to a country where grub is more valuable than gold and frequently can't be bought for any price. We can fit you out quicker and better than any store in or out of the Klondike.
Greetings, stranger. Welcome to Seattle. My name is Clarence Berry. My wife and I have just returned from the Yukon with more than $100,000 in gold. We just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I was tending bar up in 40 Mile. One day an Austrian by the name of Anton Stander came in. Stander said he'd found a good claim, but he was flat broke and needed supplies. I gave him some money and half of a claim of my own in exchange for half of his claim. In just one winter of hard work, I took $140,000 in gold out of that claim. Thank you. Well, I suppose there's two things you should know. First off, when we left Dawson, there was hardly any food up there. If I were you, I'd plan on hauling in an outfit that would last you at least a year. You must expect to be disappointed. You may prospect for years and never find a paying claim. Then again, you just may be lucky enough to strike it rich. If I were you, I'd buy it in Seattle. Things are cheaper here, plus you never know what you'll be able to find up north. You're welcome. Well, I suppose there's two things you should know. First off, when we left Dawson, there was hardly any food up there. If I were you, I'd plan on hauling in an outfit that would last you at least a year. You're welcome.
Hello, it's nice to make your acquaintance. I'm Ethel Berry, Clarence's wife. Thanks to our luck in the Yukon, we are probably the two wealthiest people in Seattle. The first thing we're going to do is buy me a diamond wedding ring. We were very poor when we married. We had money for a trip to Alaska or a wedding ring, but not both. Luckily, we decided to go to Alaska. Well, before we struck it rich, Clarence worked for long hours and short pay on a fruit farm in Fresno, California. I think we might go back and buy that farm. I would say the most important thing is to find yourself a good partner. I don't think either Clarence or I could have made it alone.
Hello there. You must be another one of those stampeders. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the whole U.S. economy has been in a depression for some time now. People have hardly any money, and what little they do have, they've been squirreling away. That plus the prospect of adventure. Nobody's stopping to think that they don't know anything about gold mining. or that they're leaving their jobs and families behind. Everybody's got vision or delusion of striking it rich. It's been mass hysteria ever since news about the Klondike hit town. It seems like most every Seattle resident has the fever. Folks are leaving town as fast as they can. We've got nobody to run the streetcars. I haven't seen a policeman in days. The newspaper's losing its reporters. Even the mayor up and quit. Seems like the only people left in Seattle are the shopkeepers who are selling outfits to stampeders.
Hello there. Headed to the Yukon? You appear to be alone. The only kind of outfit I sell is made for two people traveling together. You should get yourself a partner. From everything I've heard, the Yukon can be a pretty rough place. One person all alone wouldn't stand much of a chance. If I were you, I'd check the ticket office. That's where most of the unattached folks seem to hang out. An outfit is a collection of all the supplies you'll need to make it to Dawson City and do some gold mining.
What are you waiting for?
Howdy, stranger. Folks call me Sadie. You look like you could use a partner. One who knows a thing or two about gold mining. You ever done any gold mining? I didn't think so. It's lonely, backbreaking work. You wouldn't last a week without a partner. Are you kidding? I'm the best gall-darn gold miner in the world. I struck it rich a few years back in Colorado. Run into some bad luck, though. Lost it all in a poker game. That's why I'm heading up to the Klondike. Getting to the Klondike is easy, but you'll be needing my help to find the gold. I'm willing to split our expenses and our gold, right down the middle. I got $500 cash to throw in with your stash. By cracky, that's the best news I heard all week. Here, you hold my cash. How's about you step on over to that counter and get us a pair of them tickets?
Step right up. You look like you're ready to get some tickets. Certainly. How can I help you? What else would you like to know? To tell you the truth, I don't think it makes much difference. The two towns are just a few miles apart. I suppose it just depends on which ship you want. The most expensive ships are the most seaworthy, they have the best captains, and they're ready to depart later today. The medium-priced ships are reliable, and they'll be sailing in a week or so. The low-cost ships are coming out of retirement, so to speak. They're getting some repairs and won't be ready for a couple of weeks. To tell you the truth, I don't think it makes much difference. The two towns are just a few miles apart. I suppose it just depends on which ship you want. The most expensive ships are the most seaworthy, they have the best captains. You're welcome. Which ship would you like? The Alki costs $40 per person. The Rosalie is $30, and the Willamette is $20. Certainly, that will be $40 for you and your partner. Have a safe journey. Sorry, no refunds or exchanges. You should be on your way.
Hello, I see you picked up a partner. Are you ready to depart? 2 on the Willamette, I see. That ship is undergoing a few minor repairs. It's due to depart in about 2 weeks.
This is one humdinger of a storm. I hope the ship keeps floating. We just hit that rock, and we're taking on water. Some cargo's gonna get wet for sure. Our ship hit that iceberg, and we're taking on water. Some cargo's gonna get wet for sure. So, this is Skagway. We shouldn't start on the trail without supplies. We'll have to buy some first.
Huh! Another stampeder. What do you want? I'm called William Moore. I set up this town back in 1888 to take advantage of the White Pass Trail. Now all these newcomers are taking over. I've been looking for gold all my life. Been to California, Peru, you name it. Struck it rich more than once. My sons were up here looking for gold in the Yukon. Not exactly, but they told me about a rumor of a hidden mountain pass into the Yukon. I came up to see for myself. I had a hunch that there would be a big strike, and I figured I could build a railroad through the pass. Well, you're looking at maybe the first white man to cross it. Back in 1887, an Indian named Skookum Jim and I surveyed the whole trail. I named it after Sir Thomas White, the Canadian Minister of the Interior. Well, it's named for an Indian word that means the home of the north wind. I've never seen a more beautiful place in all my life. I set up a trading post here in '88 and just been waiting for the gold rush to begin. As a matter of fact, I ain't a bit happy. These stampeders just came in and acted like they owned the place. The worst of the lot is that scoundrel Soapy Smith. They even told me I gotta move my house to make way for a road. I'll go to court to prove that this land is mine. Meantime, I still got a plan to strike it rich. I'm building a pier. Everybody'll have to pay me to use it. If I were you, I'd get up there as fast as you can. There was already a bunch of sourdoughs in the Klondike when the gold was discovered, and there's thousands of stampeders on their way now.
Hello. I suppose you're looking for someone to haul your supplies. Sorry, I can't help you. I'm Harriet Pullen. I arrived in Skagway a short time ago with $7 to my name. Now I'm making a good living by hauling supplies over the White Pass Trail. Some folks do, but it's awfully hard work. If you have the money, it's much easier to hire someone like me with a team of horses. You'll have to wait. I'm booked for at least a month. By that time, I really don't know if the trail will be passable or not. Do you have $3,000? Well then, you'll have to haul your supplies yourself. I've decided to seek my fortune here in Skagway. If you're going to the Yukon, about all I can say is good luck.
Hello, friend. Can I interest you in a simple game of Find the Nugget? I've got 3 cups and 1 gold nugget. See? I put the nugget under one of the cups, then I move the cups around. When I stop, you tell me which cup is hiding the nugget. I'm willing to bet you can't do it. If you guess right, you win the bet. Would you like to give it a try? That's the spirit. How much would you like to bet? $5 it is. Let me know when you're ready. Nah, I'm afraid you missed it this time. Would you like to try again?
Hello, friend. I'm an adventurer. I travel the world in search of excitement. And the lure of gold, of course. Just like most everyone here, I'm on my way to the Yukon. And the lure of... I have stumbled upon a few tough corners of the globe during my wanderings beyond the outpost of civilization. But the most outrageously lawless place I have ever seen is Skagway. It seems as if the scum of the earth has come here to rob and murder. There's no law whatsoever. Might is right. Only the most well-armed and cautious are immune to danger. Leave Skagway as soon as you can, before Soapy Smith and his gang relieve you of everything you own, including your life.
Hello, neighbor. My name's One-Eyed Jack. How about a friendly game of cards? I'm dealing a game called Yukon. I'll deal 5 cards to us both, then I'll play a card, then you play a card of the same suit. High card wins. After each trick, we both draw another card from the deck. In this town, that's a fair question. We'll let your partner be the judge. Your partner can watch both hands to make sure we both play by the rules.
Welcome to Skagway, my friend. If there's anything you need, you just come to me. I'm Jefferson Randolph Smith, but my friends call me Soapy. A sense of civic responsibility, my friend. I owe it to my fellow Americans to offer my leadership abilities here. I'm a particularly skilled organizer and problem solver. In boom towns like this, it's hard to know who to trust, but you can always trust Soapy Smith. I would recommend resting here in Skagway for a few days before you head for Dawson. While you're here, you might want to pass the time with a friendly game of Find the Nugget. What? This is an outrage. I shall find the scoundrel who cheated you and see to it that your money is returned. Wait right here.
Good day! Welcome to the Skagway Photograph Studio. We have pictures from all along the Yukon Trail. Feel free to look around.
Hello, stranger. Is there something I can do for you? Of course. What would you like? Yes, an outfit has everything that you and your partner will need. It has cooking supplies, mining supplies, cold weather clothing, a sled, and a supply of food. There's a hatchet, a hammer and nails, some rope. There are mining supplies, of course, a gold pan, 2 shovels, a pick, and there's a sled for hauling everything over the trail. You got your basics: flour and yeast for making bread, cornmeal, oatmeal, rice, beans, bacon, sugar, salt. There's dried fruits and vegetables so they're not so heavy to haul over the mountain. And there's plenty of coffee and tea. You're welcome. So would you like to buy an outfit?
Which item would you like to talk about? Let's buy that small outfit now. I expect we'll be striking it rich within 3 months, tops. The outfit's got 1 sled already. If we travel light, we shouldn't need more than that. It could come in handy. When it comes to gold mining, you never know what golden thing you're gonna need.
Have you two made a decision? Very well. Is there something else I can do for you?
We shouldn't start on the trail without supplies. Well, partner, we ain't got enough food to make it to Dawson. I guess this is the end of the line.
Well, friend, I guess this is the end of the trail. You didn't make it to Dawson, but you sure gave it a good try.